folks. I'm joined today by Benjamin Huerta. He's president at Jalisco's Institute of Information Technologies, known also as IJALTI. Benjamin, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Nice to see you, Cesar.
Nice to see you too, man. Benjamin, I wanted to speak to you because you're deeply involved in what I consider to be a very interesting project. It has been widely described or generally described as a PhD for tech executives in Jalisco. Now that's, as far as I know, that's a rarity not only in Jalisco but in Mexico in general. So is that right? Is that correct?
It is correct. It's a rarity, and it's that reason, the reason that it's a rarity, that we wanted to do it because we found a very relevant gap on the development of the leadership qualities of managers, directors, CEOs of high-tech companies, as this industry continues to become more and more complex. The demand on the skills of this leadership grows, and like any other industry, there are very particular needs. So IT or high tech in general comes with that, and that was the objective, to focus specifically on the top leadership, general managers, directors, CEOs of high tech companies in a region, in order to trigger from this development the development of middle layer management positions in the companies and eventually with everybody.
What does it take to make I was considering using the word good, but I think the proper word is an exceptional IT executive. What skills do they need?
Yeah, two or three main ideas, but let me start with what I believe is the core of it. If you see, for example, what you typically get on an MBA, the education that you get on an MBA is administration skills, tools, concepts developed in the 20th century for an economy that looked for efficiency, for growth rates of 3 to 5% per year, which was considered a very, very good target. Tools, instruments, and skills that assume that things remain the same, that the status quo doesn't change that much. Now let's together transfer to ourselves to this century, where we have these explosive growth rates of 10x, no 3%, right? To start, it's a completely different mindset. What you need behind that is not so much about efficiency and operation, but about creativity, innovation, rethinking of business models, because it is impossible to get to this type of growth, exponential growth, without this mindset.
A while back, I spoke to one of your colleagues, Francisco Anton, and he made very interesting comments about the situation of the IT industry at the very least in Jalisco. He was worried about what he described he's afraid that many tech companies in the state will turn into what we call maquiladoras. I mean, very low skill, very cheap, very fast production models. And the comparison is bizarre, or so it seems at first, but I do believe there's something to it. And I wanted to know, what's your take on it?
Yeah, no, and it's a great point and a great topic, and it's connected to our previous point. If the cost of an engineer in Mexico in comparison to Europe or to the US is 3-1, and the quality of those engineers, that engineering is at par. We are working in the comfort of that model. The cost is the driver of the business. We are not going out to sell, because it's the other way around. Companies are coming and asking us for more business, or giving us more business. Uh, but the other aspect of it is we became a staff augmentation strategy, or we are becoming a staff augmentation strategy, and that is a super risky position to be in, uh, be, because your good engineers lose their edge, and they use their high skills at the beginning for support activities that do not require that much, uh, and then you lose the capacity to develop products and services, your own products and services. An industry that specializes in support based on a cost strategy is repeating the story of year 2000, the maquila thing. And there's no reason why we couldn't have all of these engineers developing their skills, leaving their companies and creating startups and new companies and doing products. And that is what our industry, our economy in Mexico requires. The, in addition to what we have, I'm never implying not to do this other thing, but I believe we are in that situation, and I believe that you need to start with the CEOs or the general managers or directors of the company. So we go for the own products. We go for breaking the staff augmentation strategy and go for bringing full responsibility in projects to operations in Mexico. But you need to know how to play that game in order to go to corporate office and fight for these type of things.
Mexican businesses appreciate highly specialized people, but only to a certain degree. Uh, Even then, there are benefits to what it is what is called in general a quote unquote knowledge society. Uh, for you, what would those benefits be? The benefits of high specialization in tech?
One is definitely connected to my previous point. The only way to have an industry that not only provides services, maquila, for companies around the world, but products and services of our own, is if you have this leading edge knowledge in your teams. There's no way that you can create a significantly good product today if you don't insert the right capacities on artificial intelligence. Without these levels, real levels of specialization, I think that elevating the value of our industry to provide significant products and services created here is not possible. The stereotype of a Israeli engineer or a German or an American engineer is different to the stereotype of the Latin American engineer. Oh, I don't want to be harsh in my words, but almost like not in the same level. Right? By focusing on this high specialization and making it real, and little by little showing it to the world, I believe that stereotype is going to change. Let me use the example of India 20 years ago and today, right? Nobody thinks that India is a second class sector of IT. Exactly the opposite, right? Um, so I also think that from a marketing perspective, it is important to put Mexico, in my case, I'm in Mexico, in the Premier League, right, of this industry in the world. But you can put yourself there only if you have substance, not only by marketing efforts. I mean, if we say 1 million times I'm the best, that doesn't make you the best. You have to be.